Organizing information and working better together has never been easier. In minutes, you can easily get your list or form online or create powerful database apps from scratch or use one of the many templates to quickly store and share information important to the task at hand. Creating database apps is as easy as copying and pasting from your spreadsheet right into your web browser. Once you've created your database app, your entire team can collaborate around a social media-like interface that lets everyone follow changes. The App Center is your console for all the applications you have access to within LongJump. This is where you can add new apps or launch specific apps to start using them. To add a new app, just click the New Application button. When adding a new app, you have several choices. The easiest is to install a template from the catalog. You can browse the catalog, read descriptions and reviews about a template, or install it. These templates include all the object tables, reports, and even workflows and policies you need to get started fast. For example, here's an app from the catalog for filing and approving expense reports. Once it's launched, you can see a dashboard area for getting live information. You also get a workspace. To add a new expense report, click on the Expense Report link, which opens up a tab that lists expense reports. Click the New Expense Report button. Fill in the fields, and a new expense report is added. The templates you install can be modified in the designer to fit your specific needs. If you don't find exactly what you're looking for, you can probably find a close approximation and change it to suit you. Or you can create a new app. It's a lot easier than you might think. One of the fastest ways to create a new list-based app is to import data to generate the app. If you have a spreadsheet with all of your data, you can copy and paste the data directly into the browser. For example, let's copy a simple member list from our spreadsheet. Once the data is pasted in, click Next. You'll see a matrix of the data you pasted in. From the matrix, you can choose to select which columns to include, change their field types, or modify the field labels. Add the application name you want to call this. Then type in the name of the object table that you'll be referring to this object as. Click Create to generate the object table and bring in your data. Once the app is created, you can click Open, which takes you to the app environment. From the workspace, you can click on the member list to view the imported records. Open and edit a record by clicking on the icons for that record. Or, if you need to make a quick edit, just double-click the row and update the information right from the list. Let's jump back to the Import menu. If your data is already in CSV or TSV file, you can import the file directly from your computer. You can select which columns, field types, and labels just as before. Remember to add the application name you want to call this and the object table. Once you've got the object table configured the way you want, just click the Create button. You can now open this app, which provides you with a complete environment for managing your data. What if you have a more complex database with more than one object table? The best way to create it is to do it from scratch. Building an app from scratch gives you a lot of control over the data. First, start by giving your app a name. This is what will show up in the App Center and from the Application Navigator dropdown. For example, let's create a sports league app for tracking teams, players, and tournaments. Now, let's add our object tables. An object table is a container or a set of similar records. You can add more object tables by clicking the Add a Table button. We'll add object tables for teams, players, and tournaments. Within the table, click the Define Fields button to add fields to the table. For teams, we add a team name, logo, and city. For players, we add their first and last names, a photo, and birth date. And for tournaments, we add a location and start and end dates. When you've defined the fields you want to track, you can also identify the key field. The key field helps identify each record in the system. If you don't choose a field, LongJump will use an internal field name called Record ID. When you're adding multiple tables that are connected with some relationship between each other, there are important concepts to understand. Choose the first table to base the relationship on. Then choose another table. You'll be asked about how this relationship is defined, as either a one-to-many or as a many-to-many relationship. A one-to-many relationship means that a record from the first table can reference multiple records from the second table associated with it, but that the records from the second table can only reference one record from the first table. For example, a team can have multiple players, but a player can only belong to one team. A many-to-many relationship means that records from the first table can reference multiple records from the second table, and records from the second table can reference multiple records from the first table. For example, a team can play in multiple tournaments, and a tournament features multiple teams. With the object tables configured the way you want them, click the Create button and your app is ready to launch. Once you've launched an app, you will see a workspace widget on the sidebar listing all the object tables for that app. To add a new team record, just click Teams from the workspace. This opens a tab where you can view a list of records. Click Add Team and fill in the form. To add a player, scroll down to the Related Information area and add a new player record. Once data is fully populated, you can add reports and more. If you want to customize the form or any other aspect of the app, open the App Designer. More help on creating apps is available from a variety of sources. And if you need help from professional app creators, let us know and we can refer you to a partner who can get you up and running fast.